welcome everybody to round 1 of TGR Season 4 here at the Bahrain International Circuit. The first round of the season out of 10 races. Before the new game comes out, we only had space for 10 rounds, and we are here at round 1. So here's the circuit underneath the lights of the Middle East. The Bahrain International Circuit has 15 turns. It's 3.3 miles long. It says 57 laps, but we do a 50% race, of course. So that means that we have around 36 laps or something. 16.8 meters elevation. You will find that in turn 4 and 13 the most. Those sharp right-handers. Here we got the tires, the soft, medium and hard choice, of course. It is the harder side of the C tires. It's the C3, C2 and C1 we are using today. And the soft tire will be used the most, I think. But here we go then. 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights and 5 lights. And when they're out, we are underway in Bahrain for Season 4. Seems like it's hard to see, but it's a solid start from the Aston Martin at the front. Both McLarens are side by side. Can the other Aston Martin join into the party? 4 wide at the back. It's Bengel struggling to get by the Alpine of Dougie. As we have some scraps in the middle here. Both Ferraris are battling. He seems to be ghosted, which makes it very difficult for the cars around to judge. Milan in the middle, and it's a big send there from Winglets, which is too much there. He got damage from it, and that was a bold move, too much. And the other Ferrari, Blur Mega, also with an incident early on as the McLarens stayed out there. No, it was Aris who passed Stufis at the start. Noob Tube for Aston Martin still leading. Oh, another ghosting there. But it's a good start from Philip, who's now into 4th. He can help his teammate out. It's a British battle at the front. McLaren against Aston Martin with both cars. A wiggle there from Noob Tube, who he has got by. Aris got by the Aston Martin. Loads of battles at the front. As Philip now also makes the move on the McLaren of George. So now it's 2 Aston Martins on the podium instead of 2 McLarens. As we now go back a bit further. Great start from Wolverine, who got 3 people already. It's a bit more spread out here at the back. Dougie with a disappointing start, but of course he is on the hard. And he has some damage, I see. His left end plate is gone. As they're both going wide now. Also Wingless with some damage. As we now have the Aston versus McLaren battle into the second section. Noob Tube going back ahead of the McLaren of Aris. And now the other Aston is looking to follow him up to make it an Aston Martin 1-2. Seems to be a lot of bumping and barging here. But it's a massive 5-way battle for the win here. Can Aris get him back on the inside? Yeah, it's with the DRS it's very OP. Now Milan get past Stufis. 3 wide. The Astons are not helping each other by sandwiching the McLaren of Aris, who got away with it. He's still in 1st and Milan in 3rd. Massive battle at the front as another move. He hits him again. Philip Noisy being very nosy at behind the McLaren of Aris. Oh, NoobTube does have some wing damage on the right hand side, missing his end plate. But at the front, ahead of him, still the 3-way battle with 3 different cars. 3 wide into the last corner. That's a bold move. So it's good they backed off. And there's NoobTube again. All 5 cars still within a second. Crazy stuff here. As Milan is now trying to go for the inside of the McLaren. Can he make it? No, the McLaren turns in early. No way for Milan to get by. As Philip Noisy now gets back ahead of him. Look at this helicopter shot. Big send there from YouTube. With his wing damage, sending it on Milano Games. He makes it stick, but it was a bit rough. A bit aggressive, but he is ahead. Aris goes a bit wide, and that gives Philip Noisy, the Belgian on the softs, the opportunity to take the lead. But now he will have 4 cars on his tail with DRS. But here we go again. McLaren gets ahead of Aston Martin once again. But here comes Milano Games. Is he going for a triple overtake? He has a lot of speed. Still, just like last lap, not being able to get past the McLaren. But can he stay ahead of the Aston Martin, leaving some space? He was still there with his nose. Milano into second now. Can he stay there? Or he has to defend again from Noob 2 with some wing damage still. Don't forget it. But Milan stays in second. Great drive here from the Dutchman for the Silver Arrows. Now behind the race leader in Papaya. Oh, that's a bit too greedy there. That's Philip Noisy trying to overtake Milan and his teammate. But that was too much. Into the side pod, having to correct it and losing a lot of time. A few drivers with some wing damage, as we said, but they all stay out. So the damage is not critical, as Aris now gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits. That may be very crucial with a battle being this close. And with the DRS, Milano Games now gets on the inside before the corner and takes the lead. Aris cannot answer and has to give up the lead. Milano Games now, for the first time this race, in the lead. Mercedes. Oh, that's a bit... It might be another warning for Aris, but that was more on Milan, even though it's allowed to move before the braking zone. Let's now go back. Wingless now did go for a new front wing and went to the mediums. As we have another more moves before the last corner. Milan gets hit from behind from Aris. It's very aggressive, but I think it's all still between the limits. As now the Aston Martin will be a sitting duck. As both McLarens around the outside, Milan on the inside. Technically he's in the middle. Is it 3 wide? No, the Aston Martin is smart and leaves the gap. Whoa, Milan, big wiggle, but he stays in the lead. And Philip Noysen now went into the pit as well. He's now behind Bengel. Ooh, he spun. Not sure if that was because of the hit of the Aston Martin. Anyway, he went to the hard tire, which probably takes him to the end. So he's going to try for the undercuts. But the primary reason was the wing, of course. Falling too much back. Not being able to challenge these guys anymore. Let's see if any of these guys are now pitting. Milano should be pitting, well, soon, because they're all 3 pitting. This can be exciting. No speeding in pit lane, that's good for them. It's going to be exciting to see where Aris is going to come out. The only one of that battle not pitting this lap. He did it for the undercut. Milan getting out. Is he ahead of NoobTube? He is replacing the wing. NoobTube does get a new wing, so Aris will get into P3 at least. Where do they come out? Aris, you can see him there on the main straight. He is definitely going to go for the lead. And Philip now back into the battle. Slotting into P4. So we are back where we were left behind after the incident with Philip. All 5 cars back into the battle. As now NoobTube is... Oh, that's a bit dicey, but it's NoobTube still behind Milano Games. He tried to go around the outside, even though Milano was on the racing line. So he made it very hard for himself. Is he going to send it here? It's a great turn to overtake. He's going around the outside here. Can he make that stick? He has the grip with the newer tires and his new wing. Now we got the DRS, but Milan also got DRS. It's going to be a close battle here into turn 11. Still alongside him. Oh, gets a little nudge. Not sure if that whose fault that was, but it's a little touch that causes him to lose out. Oh, yes, we have a collision. That is Wingless and Wolverine going off at the same time. That's very likely a incident between them both. They both carry on. They both have wing damage on the left hand side. Well, Wolverine now has damage on both sides, and I'm sure they will head into the pits at the same time. Yes, they will. And Aris is going into the pits. Does that mean that we are seeing a double stop race, or is he just not happy on the tire? As the Sauber and Wingless are now getting lapped. No, it's only the Sauber. As Milano Games is now battling with Philippe Noisy. Milano now having to battle the second of the Aston Martins. He had to let go NoobTube. The gap is very large at the moment. But for now, he stays ahead of Philippe Noisy. Still onto the podium now for Milano Games. Great defensive move there from the Mercedes boy. So all the cars are now pretty much with each other. But most of them are lapped as we see another end plate flying there at the back. You can see you can still see it laying down on the ground. From who is that? It is the right end plate of Philippe Noisy. Waiting for the main straight, not doing it here yet. Being smart. He knows he's faster and he knows he has the penalty. So he just has to be patient and make the move with the RS. As Milano's out! Milano's out of the race. That's unexpected. Can we see what happened there? Oh no. Did he go? Oh, another car. Blumega almost does the same. But is that a driver error from Milano? Or did he collide with somebody? And that is the safety car that most of the cars were needing. Oh god, this can go all the way now. When does he go? He goes already. George Stufis restarts the race with 8 laps to go. And there are only some battles at the back. Ferraris side by side. Wingless getting past his teammate. And Bengel is attacking. Oh, there was a collision. Philippe Noisy. Oh, there's another spin. Wingless is round again, just like the beginning of the race. And Blumega now trying to get past of the Belgian. But it's Philippe Noisy back into P4. Ooh, yeah, he goes into the pits. He wants to change his nose. And that's, I think, race over. As NoobTube now going for the move on Aris. And he's clearing him. Is Aston Martin gonna take a 3rd win out of 4 races here? As he goes right the inside here, that's an unexpected place to do it. But he makes it stick. What a move there from NoobTube. As Blumega now gets overtaken by Wolverine. Wolverine now up to 4th on that soft tire compound. What a result at the moment for Sauber and Wolverine. Ahead of the British Ferrari driver. At the moment, it's most likely to see an Aston Martin win. Because of, again, the penalties. George Stufis does get the fastest lap. A 1:30 flat. But he will get overtaken by NoobTube. Or will he defend on the outside? Oh, they collide! George Stufis turned in. Not sure if he left enough space. But it's Aris now saying thank you very much. Taking the lead. And now he gets a massive opportunity to run away. NoobTube getting ahead of George now. This time into turn 4. NoobTube overtook Aris. I think at the same spot as last lap, but that means that the McLaren will net. Oh, what am I saying? McLarens, you mean? Is George gonna go with him? Is McLaren gonna go for the around the outside, which gives him the inside for this one? Just about enough space, and he stays in 3rd. George has 60%. Just used a little out of the exit there to stay close. As Aris now goes to the move on the inside again. Can't make it. He taps the rear of the Aston Martin. Just about saves it. NoobTube is now ghosted, so he can stay inside. And he's back into 2nd. Wolverine overtook Blumega again, and he's now having to defend from Blumega into turn 4. Stays ahead of him. Great battle between these two. Wingless now gets overtaken around the outside. Wow, great move there from Philippe Noisy. Around the outside of turn 10. Difficult corner. He's weaving. That is weaving a lot. Maybe too much. And Wingless sends it down the inside and again spins. Wingless with a lot of aggressive moves today. Too much. He sends it out of nowhere. And 3 out of 3 occasions it didn't help him. As NoobTube is now retaking the lead. Banging wheels with Aries. Around the outside into the last lap. Turn 4 for the last time. McLaren seemed to have given up. George seemed to have given up. Aries still is very close. He might send it here to... Oh, Wolverine. No. Wolverine. With only 3 seconds to spare now. This is very dangerous. Only 1 more second. But there is NoobTube coming across the line in first. Which gives Aston Martin the 3rd victory in 4 races. Double pony for McLaren. Even though they had the penalties. And there comes Blur Mega. Is it enough? No, Wolverine. 1.9 seconds behind him. Which means Wolverine DTS finishes in 4th. Blur Mega in 5th for Ferrari.